Emotional intelligence, EQ. It's a good thing, right? Maybe. What if high EQ is in wrong hands?
Hello, I'm Kevin Berchelmann, and welcome to the Brazen Leader. Brazen leadership is about leading boldly and without shame. It's about leading from the front, outwardly and decisively. Every week, we'll get in the trenches here about real leadership, so watch, enjoy, and be brazen.
Emotional intelligence in the wrong hands. Ruh-roh. EQ, or emotional intelligence, is a good thing, right? Goodness knows all the books, articles, and blogs certainly say it is. I half expect to read about emotional intelligence ending world hunger or staving off a devastating hurricane that's relevant to me here in Houston. I say let's get a grip, people. EQ isn't a do-all, be-all, cure to everything that ails us. It's a personality-based behavior trait with fairly dubious detection methodology. I've never met a test assessment / profile that I couldn't game. Further, even if we can accurately detect it, does it always mean something good? Not in the hands of the wrong person. In fact, it can be downright hazardous to others, or at a minimum, a colossal pain in the butt. At its core, emotional intelligence is about the ability to identify and manage your own emotions and the emotions of others, generally through emotional awareness, an ability to harness and apply emotions, and the ability to manage or regulate your emotions to influence others. That's from Psychology Today. It's that last part that should concern us. And the ability to manage or regulate your emotions to influence others. As my pastor likes to say, let's unpack that a bit. If you're really good at controlling your emotions, you're a likely adept at hiding your true feelings about anything. If at the same time you can easily tell what others are feeling, well, the clear line between influence and manipulation can all but disappear. EQ is simply a measurement. It's neutral. It can be used for good, to help and support self and others, or it can be used for evil, to advance my needs at the cost of others. In its evil form, EQ is true Machiavellianism. That's a hard word to say, by the way. Manipulating others to achieve one's own goals. Selfish, narcissistic even. When used in this way, other people become social tools to be used to push oneself forward, even at considerable expense to them. For example, those with very high IQ can easily hide their emotions and intentions, and then couple that with their enhanced abilities at reading and influencing other people's feelings, and voila, manipulation at its very basic. To quote Machiavelli's The Prince, he who seeks to deceive will always find someone who will allow himself to be deceived. Sort of like using a Jedi mind trick for personal gain. So what to do? How then do we keep Machiavelli at bay while enjoying the potential fruits of enhanced EQ, assuming that's what we want? Is there a way to minimize the bad while keeping the good? Maybe. Here's a few solutions we can consider. Number one, deglamorize EQ. It's simply a combination of personality traits and coping skills. Lots of EQ research says that at least 60% of those with high IQ are successful at their job. Okay, well, every U.S. president since Harry Truman has worn black Allen Edmonds, the shoes, since their inauguration. Well, since I wear black Allen Edmonds shoes, it should be just a matter of time before my Secret Service detail arrives, right? Yeah, okay, not likely. I've got enough skeletons in my closet to do a presentable wave at an NFL game, so that's not going to happen. But that's the difference between causation and correlation, which would be a different video. Just like MBTI and DISC, simply identifying a set of characteristics or traits doesn't ensure success any more than my black Allen Edmonds will make me president. My Myers-Briggs ENTJ and my DISC high D don't make me successful. Or not, maybe they make me unsuccessful. They simply help me and others understand my behavior, as scary as that may be. Number two, closely mentor the high IQs using proven positive leadership. If many academics and authors are correct, high EQ could be an indicator of potential. So that's one reason to mentor them. Another is to make sure that they develop positively. Even well-intentioned pupils will visit the dark side if their role model or example is so inclined. Make sure that doesn't happen. Develop EQ with the end in mind. Parts of emotional intelligence, particularly the demonstrable skills part, can be taught to those with current low EQ results. It can be learned or at least developed and improved. Make sure those teachings and development opportunities showcase and exemplify the positive, valuable uses of EQ, demonstrating that those qualities and behaviors should only be used for selfless improvement and advancement, not personal narcissistic gain. Number 3, finally, call out errant behavior. High EQ folks are sharp. Most have above average intelligence and not the emotional kind. And they're adept at fending off those who question their actions. You've got to call them out simply and swiftly when you see the negative behaviors. Be specific and explain clearly why the behavior is unacceptable. Explain that your expectations for them are higher than the Jedi mind tricks that they're using to get ahead, and that they will not be rewarded for those ill-gotten gains. There's a strong future for those with high EQ who use those traits for good, but a really murky crystal ball for those who intentionally manipulate for their own advancement. Folks, we simply don't need any more jerks. In the movie 2 Weeks Notice, I like movie lines, Lucy, or Sandra Bullock, tells George, Hugh Grant, all you have to do is use your power for good instead of evil. Equally good advice, I think, for those with high emotional intelligence. So be brazen. And remember that grace and accountability can coexist. If this has been some value to you, please go down below, like and subscribe. It would be a great help to me. Thanks for watching or listening.